Toyota had on their hands a legitimate Mazda Miata fighter. Today, we're going to go down the short history of the Toyota SFR. At the Tokyo Auto Show in 2015, Toyota showed off some upcoming vehicles. We got the 4th generation Toyota Prius, which has now been succeeded by the 5th generation Prius, but it was the first vehicle on Toyota's next generation platform, the TNGA platform. They also showed off the CHR for the first time ever. Didn't quite look like this when it came to production, but it's not too far off. And now we're on the cusp of the introduction of the 2nd generation CHR. Rest in peace, right? Not coming to North America, mainly for a European model. And then this guy showed up out of nowhere to fight the Mazda Miata. The SFR, a lightweight, sporty concept offering a fun, responsive driving experience. They gave us some dimensions of it actually only being about 4,000 millimeters long, wheelbase of just 2480, and it actually sat 4 people. I would not want to be the people in the back seat. This press release doesn't say anything about the powertrain. From what I've heard, if we go to this article here, they're talking about, hey, this vehicle looked like it to be actually based off of the MX-5 platform. But I don't think that was the case. In fact, I think it was a stretched and modified version of the Toyota Copen. More specifically, this shares a lot of design elements with the Daihatsu Copen Coupe. But like the MX-5 Miata over in Japan, it had a 1.5 liter. We never got the 1.5 liter here in America. Depending on the generation, is 1.6, 1.8, or 2 liter. More specifically, the 1.5 liter was a 2NR engine that we saw in the JDM Corolla at the time, with a massive 128 horsepower and 109 pound-feet of torque. But really, in a vehicle that size, that's all you would need to have a little fun when it only weighs about 2,100 pounds. But that information came from the SFR forums, and if I try to follow that link, rest in peace, just like the SFR. Then in December, Toyota comes out with this track-based SFR, and this was at the Tokyo Auto Salon. This was during the infancy of Toyota Gazoo racing. Compared to the yellow car we saw just a second ago, this racing concept is a little bit longer front to back. It is wider, go figure, and it is also shorter, meaning its roof isn't as high off the ground. Its wheelbase remained unchanged. You can still find the PDF for this press information on the SFR from the 44th Tokyo Auto Show. And it seemed like Toyota had all of the intention of bringing this car to the market one day. But unfortunately, we never heard anything more about the SFR after December of 2015. And this press release looks as good as a lot of the modern day press releases for production vehicles, just lacking on some details, of course. Even though it was front engine rear wheel drive, the engine sat behind just slightly the front axle, giving a perfect 50-50 weight distribution when 2 people are seated in the front. But if you have really heavy Americans filling up those 2 seats, I think the 50-50 weight distribution might be a bit favoring of the rear. I mean, in this picture, they actually have someone sandwiched in the rear seat with the knees going into the body of the person in front of them. Gosh, and if this vehicle was available today, could you imagine what Toyota could be putting in it? Inside of it for powertrains? Obviously the 2 liter comes to mind, but they could put the 1.5 liter 3-cylinder in there. They could put the 1.6 liter 3-cylinder turbo that we see in the GR Yaris and GR Corolla. Could you imagine? The turbo 3-cylinder would obviously be like a GRMN variant of it, but it would be unreal. The tuning capabilities of this thing and just the fun variants that Toyota could come out with. So what I wanted to do is just go through the images with you guys and kind of imagine a world, what if Toyota came out with this coupe. Also, I would assume it would be available as a convertible to fight against the Mazda Miata. Hopefully they would have not included 4 seats in it, but we have 4 lug nuts here, and you see the Toyota SFR on the brake caliper as well. Looking at the front, it's not pretty. Let's be real. This gaping mouth is a design trend that we still see it until today, but Toyota actually with the 2nd generation Hammerhead design is really getting away from these massive grills. Rest in peace, Avalon. May have been the last vehicle with this massive grill. And we see Lexus getting away from these gaping mouths as well nowadays. These headlights, I mean, just looking at it from the front, if we can kind of avoid the gaping mouth here, we can see maybe some Mini Cooper inspired headlights as well. And the cute round nature of the fog lights. The back, reminisces with a lot like the Alfa Romeo 4C, as well as that Daihatsu Copen Coupe that I showed you guys a little bit ago. And if they really tamed back this mouth, this concept would still to this day look amazing and be a viable fighter to the MX-5. From this angle, I think it looks pretty handsome. I'm even getting some like Honda E vibes from this angle. Now, the interior is also an amazing concept. Maybe taken a lot from the Daihatsu Copen or Toyota Copen models as well. I love the simplicity of all these climate controls right next to the steering wheel. Long live the USB-A. We have this fully digital. That's pretty forward thinking for 2015. We have this fully digital instrument cluster here. Tells you your gear indicator as well. Pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. I love this bright yellow stitching. Conceptualized design elements here and there. They even had a dedicated door sill for this. And the SFR, this honestly looks like a production-ready logo. Getting a gist of the interior here, obviously it is absolutely tiny and might even be smaller than the MX-5 on the inside. Makes sense if it's based off the Copen. Gotta have the handbrake right next to the driver as well. I love that feature. Well, you have a motorized window control here, and like the MX-5, you have your power windows in the middle as well. And look, you even have auto folding mirrors on this thing. Love the circular vents in here, and these actually look like the ones seen in their modern GR products, for example. Got the 6-speed manual shifter here looking pretty good, and these seats look super comfortable. And just look how cute it is on the road in its element. I think this is the only image that we have of the vehicle moving. Toyota also had images of the track version of this. And check out the interior. Look, the top comes down here. We have carbon fiber on the dash. They included a screen on this one. So, and they also got rid of the digital instrument cluster here, a more analog setup. Even the handbrake was in a different spot. So this setup seems to be quite a bit different what we saw with the last concept. All the controls here for climate control are much different. And this, honestly, this interior looks like it's based off a much older vehicle. Now, they modified the grille here to allow more air to go through. Obviously, it looks better. You have carbon fiber surrounding the big mouth as well. Gotta love the wing on it. I mean, this thing looks super adorable. It would have been so fun to have a vehicle like this to take to the track. I'm just going to flip through the images so you guys can enjoy what we see here. It looks like it's made from an anime. It looks so cartoonish, but it's just how silly this vehicle is and was. I want to know down below, guys, if you would be interested in this vehicle if Toyota brought it to the market. It would be a tough sell over the MX-5 because the MX-5 is so proven, but it would be great to have competition in this segment that essentially Mazda has all to itself. And it almost gives me hope that one day the next generation MX-5 Miata will have a Toyota brethren, just like Subaru and Toyota have worked together with the BRZ Bros, just like BMW and Toyota have worked together for the Z as well as the Supra. We can have hope that Toyota and Mazda one day work together on a small, lightweight, flickable roadster. I don't think it's too far out of the equation since Toyota and Mazda work together already on a lot of things, and Toyota owns about 5% of Mazda. But rest in peace, SFR. We can only dream about how great you could have been. If you enjoyed today's video, smash the like button and let me know down below if you want to see more videos like this, like the What Happened series. Maybe if you guys enjoy it, I'll go ahead and look at concepts in the past that we adored but never quite made it to the market. Have a great day. Take care of yourselves and peace.